Going to start right now. I'm with MP Patrick Brown, who is running for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party for the province of Ontario. Welcome, Mr. Brown.
Well, it's great to connect with you.
Why go provincial? You've been a really successful MP. Your percentages are going up every election win. Isn't it a big shift to switch to provincial politics from the main event up in Ottawa?
You know, this was not something I anticipated after the disastrous election result on June 12th. A lot of my federal colleagues and friends from around the province and cultural communities, student leaders were encouraging me to make this jump because we're sick and tired of seeing the provincial party give away elections that they should have won. Tired of seeing us score goals on our own net. And Ontario needs change. And I think the voters of Ontario, they looked at the waste, they looked at the scandals, they looked at economic mismanagement, and they were wanting an alternative. Our party did not give, the PC party did not give voters what they were looking for. And, I'm running because I want to make sure we become a party that champions the concerns that the grassroots of the conservative movement have. And, I'm running because I want to build conditions in Ontario in which we can create jobs, in which we can create success for economic development. I'm running because I want to build an education system that is based on employment opportunities. I want to invest more in preventative health care and fix the shortages in long-term care. I'm running because Ontario was once the leader of the Confederation, and now we're the most difficult place, the most challenging place to create economic prosperity.
Now you're facing two particular challenges. One is to win the nomination, and then two, if you're successful, to actually defeat the Kathleen Wynne government at the next provincial election. You came out very strong and essentially attacked the status quo. I believe in the Sun TV interview, you called them a clique. How does that roll? Like, how do you gain support overall within the current membership or leadership of the party and still work with them after coming out with that kind of strong attack?
Well, it's important to have an honest conversation. If we want the same old, frankly, we might give away another election. We need a fresh start. We need a complete rebuild. It's not a little bit of tweaking. Our party's at a 50-year low in membership. We've lost 4 successive elections. The most recent one in spectacular fashion. This is not a slight adjustment. This is not picking a leader with all the same advisors. The reality is there's been establishment in the party. There was 32 people on the policy platform committee. I am the only person that's raised that was not party to that. You look at the 100,000 job cuts, and it was disaster. To simply sweep it under the carpet and blame it just on Tim is naive. There was people there every step of the way who are now trying to avoid any complicity in it. And I'd say this: it's important that PC party members look who's around the candidates, who the candidates have hired to run their shows. Who was on that platform committee. It's very important to ask those hard questions because Ontario needs our party to get back to creating conditions in which we can create jobs in Ontario. And so I believe there's a conservative audience in Ontario. I believe we can win the next election. I believe we can win a majority in the next election if we campaign on pragmatic policies. And there's a number of them that I could go through with you. But the key thing is we need to fix the culture of our party. We can't be a party that is shell of itself.
That's funny because
we are 10,000 party members. The Federal Conservative Party that I'm the GTA caucus chair for has 100,000 members in the same province. Why are so many conservatives sitting and not participating? Why are so many conservatives not seeing inspiration or reasons for involvement in the provincial party? And I can tell you, whether it's cultural communities, young people, professional associations, the establishment of the PC party has poisoned the well, poisoned the relationships with many key stakeholders that we're going to need to ever build a winning coalition.
It's funny you mentioned the culture of the party being broken, which was my third question. How do you change the culture of the party? Is it as simple, from your perspective, of just voting for people like yourself? I mean, a lot of people have been there for years. It's not like they're going to go, you're right, I really screwed up, maybe I should just leave.
What I mean by the culture of the party is that if you have the same people, there's 32 people on the policy platform committee. If you have the same people running headquarters, same people running the leader's office, same people running the policy platform committee, then you're going to run into the same disasters. And what I want to do to change the culture of the party is to give the party back to the grassroots. I want to make sure that candidates, caucus members, Conservative Party grassroots, when they see our platform next time, they see their contributions. Never again will we run on a platform that isn't ratified and voted on by our candidates, our caucus, our riding presidents. I'm going to make sure this is once again a cadre party, a grassroots party, and our policy platform will be a reflection of our party membership. And that party membership I'm going to change. It won't just be the party membership of today that is 10,000. It will be a party membership of 100,000. I pledge to build a party membership that has people from every walk of life, from every career, from every age bracket, from every corner of Ontario. I believe we can do what we did once we were in power. When we were in power, we had 100,000 members in Ontario. I believe we can do what we have done with the Federal Conservative Party and build a vibrant Conservative Party, one but it's going to take a lot of work. It takes a leader who's willing to go to every campus, every cultural event, and actually sit down with stakeholders like police, fire, nurses, groups that right now have a poison relationship with the party.
Speaking of leadership in the province, if you are successful and become the leader of the PC party, what will be your challenge in taking on Kathleen Wynne in the next election? What are the key facets that you feel with your leadership you can offer the voters of Ontario that they're not getting, because they clearly in the last election fled Mr. Hudak and ran and supported Kathleen Wynne?
Yeah, and I agree with you, Cessna. I think Tim and his leadership cadre, his group, they scared the voters away. I'm the only candidate who was not part of that. That's one distinguishing feature. I'm the only candidate in this race that has the open backing of cultural communities that we're going to need to win in urban Ontario. But more importantly, I'm talking about a vision that I believe Ontario can rally behind. You know, my plan for building based on employment, my plans to create the conditions in Ontario in which businesses can succeed by creating transportation corridors where we'll be able to get product to marketplace quickly, where we're able to have cheap power in Ontario, not this reckless green energy policy of the government. By creating the conditions in which business can succeed and we can create jobs, we will build a Conservative audience that will allow us to win.
So we'll finish up the interview with just a couple brief little questions. Have you been given any advice from any of your fellow MPs in this challenge so far?
Yeah, well, there's 41 of them helping my campaign and 7 senators, so I've got a lot of advice and help from members of Parliament, and obviously the heavy backing from the federal party has been particularly helpful. Now, you're with the Cornwall. I should mention that one of my biggest supporters is Dale Howardchuk, and Dale won, I think, 2 Memorial Cups. He's been traveling the province with me when he's not coaching hockey, but he's been all over with me. He's done speeches for me in Fort Francis, in Peterborough, in North Bay, in Windsor, in Thunder Bay, he's certainly been a mentor and champion.
So when you come to Cornwall, you'll be bringing Howardchuk with you?
At some point, I am going to visit Cornwall with Dale. We haven't planned one exactly. We're going to do that. I mean, I plan to come to Cornwall several times, and I already have. But I at some point before the leadership vote, I will be there with Dale as well. Has
Prime Minister Harper given you any advice?
Yeah, and obviously I've talked to the Prime Minister a number of times, but those conversations are obviously private.
Of course, of course. All right, sir, thank you for your time and good luck with your campaign.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.